Second place Vestas 11th Hour Racing are jiving through the night to try and claw back the miles from leaders Sunkunkai Scallywag.
I think we're just coming down to the last little island that we're going to go around before we... One more step down, 30 minutes this way, and then another jive back, and then we're on our way to Hong Kong and catching the Scallywag.
Parque said smart thing before, you know, what would you got to think about what sci-fi would do on Vestas, right? So clearly he doesn't know where we are. He doesn't even know we're still leading. All he knows is where De Fong is, and he knows that De Fong are the one boat above them in the points, overall points. So he will be wanting to make sure this close to the finish to stay in front of De Fong. So I would think he would be trying to make sure he puts himself between them and the finish. So I think he will probably do a similar thing to what we're doing, but he'll do it to De Fong. So being aware of that, I think we just keep going the way we think we're going to go until we see the numbers we shouldn't be.
Dongfang are up to the northeast of us, about 35 miles away, and you know, there's been a lot of time looking at where we go through the islands in the Philippines and how far north we go, and weighing up all the options. But by virtue of the fact that we've had a massive right-hand shift this afternoon into this evening, it looks like the best option is to go south. So hopefully Dongfang are doing the same, and if that's the case, we've made a pretty nice gain in the next sked. But it's going to be really interesting watching the next couple of skeds and seeing how she's getting on.
I think it'd be a fair indication to say that Vestas are somewhere between 44 and 66 miles behind it.
Just to remind you, here's the whole route. The 5,600-mile monster, more of a test of patience in the tricky doldrums than the wild sprint through the south in the last leg. A lot of the fleet have been in stealth mode over the last 24 hours, but now that leader Sunkunkai Scallywag has broken the 200-mile-to-go barrier, we can reveal all. What did going into Hyden achieve? Well, frankly, not so much. No upsets in the rankings, and indeed Turn the Tide on Plastic and Brunel, both in stealth, didn't know where each other were, crossed paths until they could see each other on AIS. Now it's the final countdown, the home straight, the last hope for a Hail Mary, and all the action will come to a close today. Sunkunkai Scallywag, the fastest boat in the fleet of the last 24 hours, with 388 miles on the counter, continue to lead the fleet into their home port of Hong Kong. And with a 51-mile lead and only 180 miles to go, second place Vestas would have to sail a full 28% faster to pull off a last-minute pass. Pretty unlikely with the same boats, the same sails, and increasingly the same wind. Looking pretty good for the home boat. Things seem to be sorted at the front, but at the back, the personal grudge match between Brunel and Turn the Tide on Plastic continues, as only 3 miles separate them in terms of distance to finish after thousands of miles sailed.
Brunel went into stealth, and 2 position reports we went into stealth, and we were 40 miles apart. Now, thinking that neither of us know where each other are, we are within sight of each other. They've closed the gap and are probably 7 miles, maybe a little bit more, just off our quarter, which is incredibly frustrating and high stress now for when to drive and stuff.
That's the end of the Quick Fix today, and there is no daily show, but don't despair, we will be back with you for hours and hours in the coming day, covering live arrivals. Presumably with Sunkunkai first into the Hong Kong River at around 1700 UTC. That's what the race experts are telling me. Anyway, join us again then, and for all of your favorite boats, don't forget to tune in on Facebook.